PlayStation, man. PlayStation. We got to talk. Sit down, PlayStation. Sit your ass down. We got to talk. Concord. Concord, I think we can all agree it was a bad situation for a variety of reasons. But I don't think anyone, including myself, realized how bad that situation was. You know, there was rumors that they spent $200 million on that game, and we thought that was bad. But it's worse. It gets worse. Now, I have, on multiple occasions, compared Jim Ryan to someone like Don Matrick. Jim Ryan's the PlayStation Don Matrick, and there ain't nothing none of you guys can say to make me feel different. You can put in the comment section below if you agree. That's fine if you don't. I'm still gonna go with mine. I'm going with mine, man. I believe that is the worst, the one of the worst things that's ever happened to PlayStation was Jim Ryan. So let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about this. First off, everything I say is going to be off what Colin Moriarty has been told. He talked to someone directly that worked on Concord, and we're going to go off that information. Nothing's been confirmed, and let's be honest, something this bad, nothing will ever be confirmed. But I trust Colin on this. Look, me and him, we disagree on how certain things is handled in the industry with him. But with this particular thing, I think he's on point. Let's talk about this. Okay, so we all thought that Concord spent $200 million on development, but it actually looks like it was worse than that. Before they even got to the alpha stage of development on this game, I don't know exactly the difference between alpha and maybe full blown production. They already spent 200 mil. They already spent that money. And then between the alpha and the end of the game, they spent an additional 200 million. So we up to 400 million. And Colin did say that had nothing to do with the price of the actual studio, which they probably spent some millions on that too. So we're probably close to like $500 million on this game. Like Grand Theft Auto numbers. So what does that mean? That means they out of a lot of money. And this ain't Xbox. This ain't Microsoft. They can't take that kind of hit. This is devastating to the PlayStation brand. Devastating. Do I think it's going to stop them overall from moving forward? Not necessarily. I think they're still going to fund the vital areas, but this is probably why they have pulled back on making a lot of the side projects, having studios work on multiple projects. And that's why they're probably focusing on more IPs that they know is going to generate lots of money, like Marvel IP, stuff that has a huge name, such as Last of Us. That's why they're going to be focusing solely on these aspects from here going forward for the foreseeable future. That's probably also why they fought so hard to stop the Call of Duty merger, the Call of Duty acquisition, Activision Blizzard King, because it's hard to tell how much money they make off just Call of Duty every year. They need that money. They got to have it. So apparently internally, PlayStation was saying the future of PlayStation is on Concord. They wanted to use this in every medium you can think of. That's one of the reasons they bought Bungie, I would say, is because Bungie had similar aspirations. They wanted to take Destiny in every aspect you can think of. Media, movies, TV shows. They had the same thought process with Concord. They actually said it was like Star Wars-like potential, allegedly. Keep in mind, none of this has been, approved. None of this is facts. This is all speculation. But I believe every last bit of it. Apparently, there was another issue in the industry with this particular game was toxic positivity. I've been very vocal that I think toxic positivity is extremely bad for the industry because it makes companies not take any accountability. If they make a bad game, it's always something else and not the game itself. I'm never saying attack people. I'm never saying being toxic, but you can give constructive criticism that a game is just not it without being a dick. And I think that we are seeing a lot of these games come out the way they are because people of a high caliber that have a lot of influence, they're all spinning stuff. It doesn't matter if it's the worst news in the world. They're spinning stuff in a positive light to make it better on PR. Now, do I blame Microsoft for pushing this narrative, or do I blame any company for pushing this narrative? Because it's not just Microsoft. It's not just PlayStation. It's Ubisoft. It's EA. All these PR companies that work for these firms, they are working with influencers, media people, podcasters. You name it. There are people in every bit of the influence that when they see something bad, they will spin it in a positive way so it's not nearly as bad with the illusion that it is. So, thousands and thousands of people that watch these individuals, they're also seeing it spun this way. So that's how they're thinking. Look, the fact that PlayStation was comparing something like Concord to Star Wars shows that these people have lost their damn mind. The fact that you thought that Concord would be a Star Wars-like potential shows how out of touch you are when it comes to the market. Jim Ryan, I don't know what the hell Jim Ryan was thinking. He was buying companies that, in the past PlayStation would never ally with. PlayStation would never purchase. And buying them, and Colin said when their game was in states that didn't make sense. That their game wasn't in a caliber that would justify going out there and spending millions and millions of dollars to acquire the company. And for what? It's not like no one else is going to buy them for the foreseeable future until you see some quality product from them, maybe release a game before you do a paycheck. It's crazy. I told people, I screamed from the top of the rooftops that Jim Ryan has done devastating damages to the PlayStation brand. Think about it. When you have companies and you spend money to this degree, this is one game, guys. $400 million on one game. How much do they spend on Spider-Man? How much do they spend on Factions? How much do they spend on the Twisted Metal early concepting development stage? We're talking probably close to $1 billion of wasted resources. And I'm not even saying that I know the number, because I don't know the number. It's pure speculation. We all have speculation numbers. But I'm saying this is devastating. PlayStation will be fine at the end of the day. I'm sure they got contingency plans. I'm sure, like I said, they're scaling down. So in a couple years, they can scale back up. But the fact is that they spent $400 million just on Concord. Is mind-blowing to me. Jim Ryan, man, you outdid yourself. There was a lot of speculation on whether or not that man was pushed out. If any of this, even a fraction of this is true, that man wasn't only pushed out, he was cannonballed out. They wanted that dude up out of here. They wanted to see his face. Wow, $400 million. I am kind of curious on how many millions they spent with everything, with the studios, with the development costs. And I don't even know if that $400 million includes marketing. That's probably another $100 million on top of that. We coming close to the B number, the billion, which I would say that they're close to that. With everything together, I would say $700-800 million that they wasted on all these games as a service. Not to mention the times and resources that they have to put into other things before they see any return. When they flipped around and went from Naughty Dog, you're no longer helping with Factions or developing Factions, we need you working on another game, they're not going to see return on the game for years. St. Monica, same thing. We know that you are also working on this Spider-Man games as a service. Yeah, you working on something else. The amount of money, I don't think people really truly can grasp how much Jim Ryan has royally messed up this company. Do I think it's like the end all be all? No. But I do think it's concerning. It's one of the reasons you're probably not seeing, the roadmap. Because the roadmap is so early that they got nothing to show you. They probably just started some of these games like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. Just think about that. It's probably going to be the end of the generation before you start seeing some serious return on PlayStation Studios, because they spent half a decade. That's exaggerating. They spent a couple years easy working on games as a service when everything's getting canned. If Concord got greenlit because of toxic positivity, because no one was taking these executives or the higher up people that worked for that studio on accountable for, this is just ain't going to be it. Imagine what Bungie would happen if Bungie's game doesn't be successful. Like, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. I'm kind of curious on like what your guys' opinion is in the comment section below. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely hit that like button. It's always appreciated. You can always sub to the channel. We make weekly content. Unfortunately, today's Friday though, man. I get a whole day off, and then I'm doing the podcast on Sunday, so I don't really get a day off. But definitely like the video if you guys enjoyed it. You can always sub to the channel. Definitely follow me on Twitter at LordAddictILP. It's always appreciated. I'll be tweeting nonsense on there. I got a streaming channel in the comments in the description below. It's called the Addict Arena. We just chill, play games, talk about day-to-day gaming news. We just have a good time over there. It's all in the comment section below. You guys have a good day. I'm going to the gym. Hopefully I won't pull anything. It would be horrible. But you guys have a good day. Have a good one. Ooh, it's been a crazy week, man. Crazy week.